D. So the experiment here was just to prove to you that all those chords are derived from that scale. We're going to see that in more detail right now. Okay, now let's talk about where these chords in the key of G or E minor come from. Let's look. Okay, here we go. Let's look down here. Look at this. I wrote out the G scale again. Why did I alternate between red and black? I'll show you in a minute. But look, I've got that G scale written out. It follows the whole and half step pattern. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And I kept going. There's a reason why in a minute. I'll tell you why. All right. Here's how these chords are built. They come right out of the scale. The first one starts on a G note, and basically what you do to make these chords is you combine every other note to get 3 notes for now. They call that a triad. Every other note. So G, B, D. So check this out. Let's go down here. Look. G, B, D. Let's go in the open position and find some G, B's, and D's. Hold on. Well, let me just play a G chord. Look. The old cowboy G. Well, look. Let me name the notes as I go through it. Look. G on the low E string, 3rd fret. B, son of a bitch, 2nd fret on the A. Open D. Wow, there's G, B, D already. Then just keep going. Open G string. Open B string. There's G, B. Then there's another G up here. G, B, D, and double some notes. Wow. So sure, a G major scale has a G chord in it, and any licks based on the scale are going to sound good over the G chord as long as you stop it in the right place. Let's keep going. The second note of the G scale starts on A, and look, if we combine every other note, A, C, E, listen to what happens. Well, I already know what happens. The chord is inside there is A minor. But let's find that A, C, E bullshit. Look, on the G string, 2nd fret, inside that A minor chord, there's an A note. On the 1st fret of the B string, there's a C note. And the open E is the E, A, C, E. What about the rest of them? Look, the 5th string open, that's A. The D string, 2nd fret's an E. So we double some of the notes because the guitar's only got 6 strings. It's not like an 88 key piano that makes all those big sounds. We only got a couple strings, so we double notes to make the chord sound a little fatter. All right, so there it is. The 2nd chord's A minor. Any licks based on the scale will sound good while the A minor chord's playing as long as you know how to stop that son of a bitch. Yes, let's keep going.